the Army's next generation headsets for soldiers. So the U.S. Army augmented reality headset is slowly but surely transitioning from novelty to reality. And these AR, these augmented reality headsets, are a step in the direction of where the military's been going with Blue Force tracking, I would say. Like, if you guys are familiar with what that is. So Blue Force tracking is, in simple terms, it is knowing where your teammates are, right? So you can Blue Force track helos, convoys, other aircraft, and troops on the ground if they're wearing a Blue Force streaming device. So these AR systems are getting to the point where they can track, where you can just look around, and if there's somebody there, they'll appear in your visor. So are these also night vision? So let's check out this article. So soldiers from the 82nd Airborne and a handful of Marines were the latest to test out the much-hyped integrated visual augmentation system, the IVAS, during a major testing and demonstration held at Fort Pickett in late October. Fort Pickett, that's in Virginia, right? I've been there. So the test was the third major soldier touchpoint administered by, soldier touchpoint is what they're calling this? I don't think they should call it soldier touchpoint. That sounds like something that the HR is going to have to address. So Army Future Command's Soldier Lethality Cross-Functional Team. Come on. The AFCSLCFT. The AFCSLCFT. You guys gotta, whoever's making these terms really has to just get to the point. Bluff, bottom line up front. So they're trying to get the soldier feedback. So while previously soldier touch points, I can't say it. Can I say soldier touch points? Am I allowed to say that? So while previous soldier no-nos were employed, a commercial version of the Microsoft HoloLens. Have you guys ever seen that in the stores, or like on the HoloLens looks pretty cool. If you've ever seen on YouTube, you can go look at the HoloLens demonstration. So they couldn't even stand up to inclement weather. So like a light breeze, a drizzle. Cold weather is a big one for technology. So cold weather is a downer for like batteries, for aircraft, for all kinds of, you get frosting on lenses, fogging issues. So the third touch point, or no, put a ruggedized version of the headset through a series of company-sized training events. Now look at this here. Look at this headset. It looks like a pair of like regular goggles, like paintball goggles or something. So the IVAS capabilities, the Army put to test include a digital display to access info, thermal and low light sensors. So I'm guessing that means like some kind of IR. I guess if you have thermal and a low light, you should be probably good. Rapid target acquisition, I don't know what that is. And aided target identification, I don't know what that is. In addition, the headset's augmented reality fight rehearse train system, which incorporates real-time mapping, is endlessly applicable for training and rehearsing operations. So I guess they could put like, kind of like if you had your phone out in an AR app and you just hold it out and it like makes buildings appear and stuff, they could make like enemies appear. I guess that could be pretty cool. I would try that. I would 100% try that. The training events included land nav, live fire, mission planning, rapid target acquisition, trench clearing, and even an AAR. You could do an AAR. Like, does it record? I wonder. Does it record and make like a highlight clip? Like, when you have a GoPro out and you're like, that was sick, and it makes a clip? Could you imagine like launching a 40 mic into a building and then being like, that was sick, and it makes like a highlight reel? That would be amazing. By the end of this event, Army officials will have 40,000 hours of soldier data. But, if it's on 1,000 soldiers, then that would add up pretty quick. So, especially if they're doing like a couple 2 or 3 day ops. So if we want to develop systems at the speed of relevance and systems that our soldiers want to use, let me touch on the speed of relevance, which is probably like the key thing in this whole article, right? And when you're talking about tech, the speed of relevance is it's like cell phones or computers. As soon as you buy yours, it's out of date, right? And new technology that comes out now, like these headsets, is probably 15 years behind what's being conceived right now. Does that make sense? So like this is already irrelevant. They're already working on the next thing already. So when these companies come out with this new tech, or they're developing this new tech and they're doing these these trial runs, you have to consider that the next thing is already on the horizon. You're already out of date. So you have to bring this to market fast. But what happens when you bring things to market fast? There are major problems if you rush it. So a big part of military acquisitions is having a product in place that's going to last a long time and has a rugged, thoroughly thought out supply chain, replacement parts, a contract that's going to last a long time, become a program of record. There's all this stuff that goes into it. Yeah, Fort Pickett, Virginia, I've been there. There's some cool, land navigation trails out there. If you guys have any questions or have been to Fort Pickett, let me know in the comments down below. The third soldier touch point, or no-no, represents Major Leap Forward. So to regain and maintain overmatch in multi-domain operations on battlefields that are increasingly urban, congested, dark, and unpredictable. So let me see what it says here. I'll tell you what the number one thing that I think these should have if they want to be useful. So I don't see it yet, but I will tell you what I think the number one thing would be that they could put in these lenses that would make them really effective, which is automatically shifting based on lighting conditions. So could you imagine a lens system that would be, if you go from internal to external, they would become like sunglasses. And then you go back internal and they go low light, and then you go outside at nighttime or like dusk and they're clear. If they did that, what else would you need, frankly? What else would you need? That would, and then even improve upon that, some kind of like autofocus where they could focus near and far automatically without you having to do it when they're in low light. I don't know if that's a problem like with actual NVGs with these things. I don't know if they're actual NVGs, but if they could autofocus, if they could automatically turn dark and light, that would be pretty awesome. So look at this. Look at this prototype on this picture of this guy. And what's this he's wearing on his chest? Who's this guy? This general. So General James McConville. I don't know who he is. Much like the smartphone transformed personal entertainment and how people connect, IVAS will transform how soldiers prepare for and fight in combat. The Army Chief of Staff. So 40,000 IVAS goggles to soldiers by late fiscal year 2021. We're in fiscal year 2021 now. It started October 1st. So then they could be out within a year. And that would be really cool. That would be really cool. If the people who make these things ever see this video, what these goggles need to be absolutely epically effective would be auto adjusting for lighting conditions reliably. And I know you guys are going to feel me on this one, anti-fog. Like, can we get something that's legitimately anti-fog at some point? Like, come on. Like, we can't be walking around having fogged up lenses all the time, or like when the temperature changes, we have major like fogging issues, and the defog wipes just frankly don't work for me. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I'd like to see in a first iteration of those things would be the automatic adjustment lighting stuff.